all the functions work as it normally would on the nineT Classic, and you simply just toggle through these display settings using the trip and info buttons. And you want to repeat the process for all 4 of them. These are assembled very loosely, so it doesn't take much effort. What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing something a little different from your typical motovlog. We're going to be installing the rev counter for a 2017 nineT Pure. I want to give a big shout out to El Jefe from the nineT forums for providing the information as far as what parts are needed to accomplish this. I personally prefer a rev counter over the speedometer. Having 2 clocks just puts the entire look together, but you know, to each his own. Don't you guys just love brown boxes turning up at your door? Let's see what the package contains. The rev counter, the bracket that holds both clocks in place, then we have all these little tidbits that bring everything together. You also have the housing unit. You guys see here that I spent about $869.77 for all these parts. I'm going to list all the part numbers for these items in the description below. Alright, let's get cracking. If you guys see right in there, there are some cables zip tied to the frame, and this little cable here is what plugs into the rev counter. So simply cut the zip tie and then it should pull out. You can see that it's a female 6-pin connector, and if you look at the rev counter, there's 6 pins. Just cut the zip tie. Didn't record it because I needed to hold the flashlight, but yeah, essentially you just zip tie it right over here and plug it in. So let's get all the other parts removed and continue on with the process. Alright, so now what you want to do is remove these 4 bolts here right underneath the triple tree. And these are T25 Torx. And you want to repeat the process for all 4 of them. These are assembled very loosely, so it doesn't take much effort. So now we're going to remove these 2 that holds the speedometer. Now, remove the rear housing. Alright, so once the screw's out, this baby should come right out. Unplug this. Set that aside. Next, remove this little piece of right here that's holding the cable in place. Got this little tool right here. Alright. Alright, now it's assembly time. All right. So now we just put these little things in the housing, and then speedo goes here, RPM goes here. Look at that. Now we just got to put it on the bike. Want to make sure this thing works before I assemble it all together since it's plugged in. Well, you look at that. There it is, guys, and it's simple as that. Using a flashlight right now because I don't know how the GoPro is going to pick up the light. So it was pretty simple putting it back together. Just reverse the steps from the beginning. Just these 4 screws, 2 on the other side, and that's pretty much it. Wrap the wires underneath. I'm gonna zip tie this later on, but yeah, let's see what she looks like. Oh, there it is. Alright, you guys, you just saw me install this, but I reviewed the video and it was quite dark, so we're out here in the sun or whatever's left of it, and hopefully this camera can capture what it looks like. Alright, so here we go. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Alright, let's hit the road, shall we? All the functions work as it normally would on the nineT Classic, and you simply just toggle through these display settings using the trip and info buttons. The police is right next to me. So you can see here by pressing on the info button, it changes what's displayed on the rev counter. So we have your voltage, your ride time, your date, fuel consumption, average miles per gallon, and the average speed. And then now if you toggle the trip button here, changes the display settings on the speedometer. So you know, you have your typical trip, you have your engine temperature, your clock, and your odometer. So yeah, this works as it would regularly work on the nineT Classic. What I really like about this is the gear indicator. I've gotten so used to it on my Bonneville that I just couldn't live without it. This is going to be a very cost-effective approach for those of you interested in an nineT but don't want to pay the extra $3,000 to $4,000 for the original. There you have it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the installation video, and if you did, do like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, be sure to keep those side stands up. Peace!